Hey everyone, Dan Bernard here with another tutorial, and today I'm talking about an exciting update to Adobe Audition that implemented a really cool new feature called the Essential Sound Panel. Today I'm just going to do a quick overview on exactly what that is, and right now I have an edit opened up in Adobe Premiere Pro, and here you can see I have quite a few tracks laid out, and they're color-coded depending on what they are. Dialogue here is purple, sound effects are green, and then music is orange here. So first step, I'm going to go to Edit in Adobe Audition, Sequence. So now that we're here, I can show you the power that's in the Essential Sound Panel, which is right up here in the upper right. So if I were to select all my clips here in track 1, which is my dialogue track, and I go over here to my Essential Sound Panel and I click on the Dialogue tab, I'm now telling Audition that every clip that I've selected in this track is dialogue. And it gives me some access to some really powerful features that have been simplified into sliders, which is great. And I have a lot of options here: unify loudness, repair sound, improve clarity, and creative. And so you can go into these, and just by clicking or unclicking the parameters here, I can check reduce noise, and you'll see over here, as I checked that, over here in the effects rack under clip effects, it's added an adaptive noise reduction effect to that clip. But since I have all the clips selected, it's affecting all the clips. And then I can adjust the noise sensitivity effect just by utilizing this one slider, which is really cool. And there's lots of other options available here, but you can clearly see how this gives people who may not have a lot of experience doing audio post-production and mixing a lot of power and a lot of flexibility, which I think is excellent. Under Repair Sound, we have options to reduce noise, rumble, de-hum, de-esser. In the clarity, we have dynamics, which again is similar to compression. We can EQ, and again, check this out. This effect, as I move this here, this is all happening in the background, which is really neat. I can just focus on how it sounds rather than just coming in here and adjusting all these parameters. It's all working within one slider, which is really cool. What's nice about having everything broken down into sliders and in these really easy to use panels is that it takes some of the intimidation out of audio post-production. Now, if you are a post-production expert, you've been doing this for years and years, this probably isn't something that's really useful to you. But if you are given the project, once someone has at least gone through and maybe used these panels to put it into the ballpark, they've done a lot of the work for you. And now you can go into here and fine tune using all of the options available in the normal effect. So I think that's really neat that it gives a little bit more freedom and advantages to both sides of the experience spectrum. Here in Creative, we can add a little bit of reverb. And again, we have lots of different presets here, and we can adjust the amount with this slider. Now, if I were to select all of these effects, or maybe just this one effect here, Wave Brigade Impact here.
The lead character, Rick Grimes.
Let's see, I'm going to specify that as a sound effect. And again, we have the Unify Loudness, Creative, and we also have a Pan slider, which is really neat. Alternatively, I can select some of my music, tell Audition in the Essential Sounds panel that it is music, and again, I have lots of options here that are either preset or I can go in and adjust them manually. Auto Match, Unify Loudness. Duration gives you access to Adobe Audition's powerful remix feature, which means that you can pretty much adjust the length of music to your liking, and it will make all the necessary edits to your desired length. So if I click Remix here, it will analyze this clip, and then when it's done, it will give me the option here if I hover over on this side, and let's say I only want it to be a few seconds long, like this. See this wavy line right here? Audition has now remixed that, made all the edits necessary to where this will be a seamless transition, a seamless edit, and my music is now only this long.
He begins telling a story about his grandfather, and his grandfather was somebody that he really looked up to in his life.
So that's pretty amazing. Now let's say I wanted to add some ambience here. He's in an outdoor space. So if I went over to Wave Brigade's Spaces pack and went to an exterior city, and I'll just bring in this one, and I can designate that as ambience, and then I have lots of different options here. This just gives you a comfortable platform to tweak and adjust your clips to your liking so that maybe you can hand it off to somebody who's a little more experienced, or maybe you just think it's great the way it is and you can go from there without having to get into a lot of the specifics and details that can go into sweetening some audio here in your project. All in all, I'm really excited about this update. I think it gives people more accessibility and comfort going into audio post-production and using a very powerful program like Adobe Audition. Maybe just give them a platform to play around with and to figure out how to use these tools to make their workflow more efficient. So I hope you guys enjoyed this overview of the Essential Sound panel here in Adobe Audition. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you want to see more tutorials like this in the near future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let me know. Once again, my name is Dan Bernard, and thanks for stopping by.